There's only one thing to do.
Drop it. Yeah.
Hello, this is RobotnikIsSexy, and yeah, I have another Wi-Fi battle for you guys. Now this battle is special, and does come with a story, because it is the best match I had while at Sakura Con for a couple days last Easter weekend. Yeah, and basically all of the matches I had were against so-called Sakura League gym leaders. Get it? Because Sakura Con. And they had 16 different gym leaders, all in the handheld mobile gaming room, and yeah, they had the craziest rule that you had to defeat 8 of them in order to participate in the tournament on Sunday. Now, unfortunately, the group I was traveling with had to leave early Sunday, which really sucked. Almost ruined the experience for me, because I defeated not only 8, I defeated 9 of the gym leaders. I defeated the water gym leader, the dark gym leader, the ground gym leader, the purple gym leader, the poison gym leader, I mean, and the dragon gym leader, the ghost gym leader, the bug gym leader. The bug gym leader gave me an excellent match, but unfortunately their Wi-Fi wasn't working, so I could only save one match, which really sucked. I would have liked to have saved the bug gym leader and the one I'm going to show you today. The ghost gym leader, the grass gym leader, I don't know if I said those already, and the fighting gym leader. Now, the fighting gym leader was someone I actually recognized from last year, and here's a picture of him. Last year, he was the sexiest Misty, I was going to call it misplay, the sexiest Misty cosplay I've ever seen. You can see another picture of him here. Yeah, you tell me which Misty looks better. Here at RobotnikIsSexy, we definitely tend to gravitate towards that kind of Misty. That made me laugh so hard. That was so good. Last year he was the water gym leader, and last year there was a house rule where you could use one Uber on your gym leader team. And he had a Scarf Kyogre, so he was a pain to deal with. This year, thankfully, they actually forced the gym leaders to be a little easier, which might be why I defeated 9 of them. You know, tone it down for the casuals. And they had a house rule this year for the Sakura League that you could have one type that wasn't your element. And you're definitely going to see this in the battle I'm going to show you. Thankfully, the Uber rule was not initiated this year, because that was a pain to deal with. So, yeah. Without further ado, I am going to show you guys the match. Oh shit! No. I have to press the right buttons first, though. Here we go. So yeah, this guy was tough last year, and this year he was just as tough. And he definitely knows what he's doing. He's been around the block. You can tell that that he knows what's going on just by his team preview, really, but some of his plays will really show. Even the lead that he picks and the item he uses is just, yeah, he really knows what's going on. So I'm gonna use my sand team here. All of you are, or should be, familiar with it by now. And his non-type is a scissor, which is really smart, because, I don't know, if you scarf that scissor and just U-turn or bug bite or whatever, you can kill any psychic type that wants to threaten you. And it's just a really smart non-fighting type to include on a fighting type team. And really, Scissor, Terrakion, Breloom, it's looking pretty standard OU just from that. So I'm actually going to have to try pretty hard, especially since Trinitar is definitely dead weight against a mono fighting team. But yeah, let's get this match started. I had to play on my actual black game for legit reasons and a legit card, so it's going to be two black trainers fighting each other. I'm going to lead with Trinitar, he's going to lead with Machamp. As I get up the Sandstream, might as well, since, you know, it'll hurt his Pokemon a little bit, which is nice. There was also an items clause, but luckily this team's items are diverse enough that it wasn't a problem. But now, this is really important because this is an infrared battle. I can just do stuff like this. I can just flat out switch into a ghost type, and he doesn't know that I have a ghost, so that's a pretty clean play. I was a bit worried he'd go for substitute, but no, he just goes for the fighting attack. Now, he does eat a Lumberry, which really sucks, and then he critical hits me with the payback, and that is one dead ghost. So this ghost Pokemon was extremely important in taking on his fighting team, and he's just going to crit it straight off the bat on turn 3, which is going to make things quite harder. But I mean, lead Machamp with Lumberry, that's like old school 4th gen stuff. This guy obviously knows what's going on. I don't have much choice other than to go into Scarf Chomp and go in for Outrage, which really kind of blows because I'm locked in, and his Conkeldurr definitely has Ice Punch in the way that he switched it in. But you know, Conkeldurr's not going to, I'm not going to go down without hurting Conkeldurr a lot with Rough Skin plus a turn of Adamant Outrage damage, so he's going to be actually taken down to the red, not even considering the Sandstorm damage. So that's really good damage. Unfortunately, I had to sacrifice Garchomp way early on turn 5 just because that Machamp is such a threat. My team is really slow, obviously, and Scarf Chomp is the only remotely quick thing I have, other than priority users like Scissor, who actually is slow as crud. But I am going to lock myself into Quick Attack, and then he's going to promote Terrakion, and I'm just kicking myself in real life. I'm like, why didn't I use Bullet Punch? That is just lame. But luckily, Alice here, Alice can take a close combat almost as well as Garchomp can, with a bit of HP and defense investment, and so that's pretty good. I can get my Burn Orb up and threaten to punch giant holes in his team with Mach Punch. If he wants to switch around, that's fine. I'll just Mach Punch other stuff, and it'll be grand. But he's just going to decide to stay in and sack Terrakion, which might have been the wiser move, since Guts powered Mach Punch would definitely do massive damage. But yeah, pretty smart. He's going to promote his, obviously, Technician, Breloom, and just finish me up with a Mach Punch, and that's just going to be the way it is. Now I'm going to go into Scizor and go for the Bullet Punch. I know that I can take him out. A little puzzling, he didn't go for the Mach Punch there. I guess he was going for Spore, hoping he would live one. The fact that he isn't Life Orbed meant that he was a little bit more durable, slightly, but anyway, Lucario is out. And I don't want Lucario to set up Sword Dances and sweep me with Extreme Speed, because this guy has already shown me that he knows what's going on. Just with his team structure and the Lumberry Machamp lead, I do not want to give this guy any opportunities to set up, so I'm actually going to kind of sack Scissor, leave him in for a couple Banded Bullet Punch, punches, almost takes out Lucario. But he crits me with the Aura Sphere. Not sure it mattered, I might have lived on a sliver, but it actually works out for me here, as I'm able to promote Bubble Boy the Reuniclus, go for that Trick Room, and now I can go for a Trick Room sweep, and there's nothing he can do about it. And I have a little secret weapon for Scissor in my back pocket that we're actually going to see in a couple seconds here, as he throws out Scissor, feeling all high and mighty, feeling all smug. And I just throw out that Hidden Power Fire, as he definitely was going to go for the U-turn. You know, thinking that, you know, most Reuniclus cannot take on a Scissor one-on-one, but that is exactly the reason I put Hidden Power Fire on Reuniclus, because this team has a bit of a Scissor weakness. I just don't want Scissor walking all over this team. So yeah, pretty good. You know, he forgot that I had a Tyranitar left, so he felt that he could have won, and he was actually very vocal about that. But, you know, even if he had gone for Bullet Punch, I probably would have taken it. But, you know, had I not taken it, had I fainted, I had Fire Blast on that Tyranitar, and it was at full health. And, you know, barring a Bullet Punch crit, I would have survived and, you know, landed off a Fire Blast. But anyway, he chose to go for a U-turn anyway, so... And, you know, I believed that he was Choice Banded or Choice Scarfed. I don't think I ever found out which item he was holding, but yeah, really great game. The amount of turn length doesn't really do justice to how rich and enjoyable that game was, because it was infrared, first of all, so there was no team preview, so that alone made it a completely different experience, and I was fighting him in real life, so we could, like, look at each other, and yeah, there's just a lot of different elements to it, and, you know, just look at this. We have super offensive Pokemon here, so definitely we're gonna tear each other down in 15 turns, so that's not too surprising, but anyway, that's gonna be my Sakura Con match. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like rating and a comment and all that, and yeah, I will see you later, YouTube.